Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to complete the chapter number 4 and we have to discuss the last topic, that is topic number 4.11, uniform circular motion. So first of all, why it is named as uniform circular motion? In uniform circular motion, the speed is always constant, means an object, consider an object, this is the center, and consider an object moving on the circular path having radius r, and it is moving with constant speed. An object moving with an constant speed on the circular motion, so this constant speed is there, so here we say it as the uniform, that is an object is moving on the circular path with uniform speed, so it is termed as uniform circular motion. A motion with uniform speed, it moves on a circular path. So consider an object having the radius r at point P, and say this is the vector, this is the vector r dash, this is the point P dash. This difference of r and r dash is delta r, So when an object is moving with constant speed, so here its direction of velocity always changes. Its velocity changes in different direction. Here it is the tangential component, right? So this is its velocity. So change in velocity with time in different direction. So there arises the acceleration. We have studied in projectile motion that what is distance, what is displacement, what is velocity, what is acceleration. In all that we had studied that for example, say this is x. So x is your displacement. What is v? That is velocity. That is the time rate of change of distance. So derivative of distance with respect to time is your velocity. Again we had also studied acceleration is the derivation of velocity, means change in velocity per unit time. So that is your velocity, or it can also be written as d square x by dt square. Double derivative of displacement is your acceleration. So we had studied this. So here also, as the speed is constant but the velocity is different in different direction, so there arises the acceleration, that is the change in velocity with respect to time, so their acceleration arises, that is a equal to dv by dt as velocity changes with respect to time. So here acceleration equal to limit delta t tends to 0 delta v by delta t. Here you can say see two modes, that is the magnitude of acceleration is the limit of delta t tends to 0 modulus, that is magnitude of v and delta t. Now when an object is moving with a constant speed on a circular path, it will always have acceleration towards the center. So that acceleration which is always towards the center, that acceleration is termed as the centripetal acceleration, and the force which pointed towards the center is known as the centripetal force. So here in this topic we have centripetal acceleration, the acceleration which always point towards the center. Clear? It is not always constant at each and every point. So from here you can also say that as acceleration always point towards the center and velocity is the tangential component. velocity at each point, and at each point the acceleration directs towards the center. So at each and every point acceleration is not constant, but it is always perpendicular to the velocity at that point. So at each and every point acceleration and velocity are perpendicular to each other. So here there is an angle delta theta. Clear? Now till now in previous chapter we will study, you also know that what is the motion on the straight line, right? So in straight line the centripetal acceleration or centripetal force is not there. So here you need to know about the linear and circular motion and the terms related to linear and circular motion. So for linear motion, here you know that displacement is x, velocity is v, acceleration is a. So these are the terms that are for the linear motion, that is linear displacement, linear velocity, linear acceleration. Now which terms, which symbols are used for the angular displacement, angular velocity and angular acceleration? Clear? So here the displacement is theta. Displacement is theta. Angular displacement is theta. Angular velocity is termed as omega. This symbol, which is very similar to W, but in this way, that is omega. Angular velocity is omega. So from here you can see that other than x, replacing x here in angular displacement is theta, so it will be d theta by dt. Clear? Then angular acceleration. Angular acceleration is termed as alpha. So alpha will be equal to d omega by dt or d square theta by dt square. So this you have to write in your notebook in different, make a different topic and then write the difference between linear and angular displacement, its symbols, displacement, velocity and acceleration with all these formulas. Clear? Now you know that centripetal force. So the centripetal force is V by R into V, that is V square by R. So what, not force, sorry, it is centripetal acceleration. So this centripetal acceleration is V square by R. From here you know that omega equal to d delta theta by delta t, or you can also write d theta by dt. V equal to ds by dt, that is the displacement by time. So V equal to R omega, or you can say V equal to R into delta theta by dt. So here what is delta theta by dt? It is omega. So write V equal to R omega. Clear? So here centripetal acceleration was V square by R. V square by R. But what is V? V is R omega. Now substitute this value. See, V equal to R omega, the whole square by R. Here in this case in textbook they have taken the radius capital R, having the velocity V, acceleration A. Clear? This is the centripetal acceleration. So here R square omega square by R square. Sorry, R cancel. So it is R omega square. So centripetal force can also be written as R omega square. Now you know the perimeter of circle, or you can say circumference. In circle we don't use the word perimeter. Generally what you know, what you understand by perimeter? Perimeter means the outer boundary. So in circle this outer boundary is termed as the circumference, right? If there is another shape, say triangle, so here we term it as the perimeter, the total of all the sides. But here there are no sides, it is fully circular, so we consider its radius and we write the formula 2 pi r. Clear? So here radius is capital R, so that is 2 pi r. Now the time taken to complete one revolution. For example, you are here, now you start running in the circular motion having the fixed radius r. Here they have taken capital R. So the time taken to complete one revolution, the time taken to complete one revolution is known as time period capital T. Time period capital T. Then again comes that another term, that is frequency. You have to write the definition of all these terms. So what is frequency? Frequency here it is termed in this symbol of like V, but in general you can also write it as F, frequency, small f, right? Here in book they have written this kind of V, so we will go according to our textbook, right? So frequency, what is frequency? So number of revolution in 1 second is known as frequency. Again I repeat, what is frequency? The number of revolution, complete revolution in 1 second. Number of revolution in 1 second is known as frequency. So frequency is the reciprocal of time period T. That is equal to 2 pi r by T, that is 2 pi r V. Here it is its velocity. V equal to 2 pi r into V. Omega equal to 2 pi V. So centripetal acceleration again can be written as 4 pi square V square r. Here V is your frequency. So from this you need to write all these formulas, and also what is centripetal acceleration? Centripetal acceleration always point an object moving on a circular path towards the center so it can move on the circular path. So centripetal acceleration AC equal to V square by r, or it is also equal to r omega square, or it is also equal to 4 pi square V square r. Here it is frequency, right? So this was your uniform circular motion in